Hey, Tabatsu, Dumelang, Batuba his Mahai, Lady Phone King Gasusot.
Ki mohala thekeng.
How? Hey, how twane. Hey, mohala wa thekeng. Dumelang. Libitso laka ke Lebohang Andres. For everybody that knows me around Joburg, show LB love on the social media networks. Okay.
Why are you acting like that?
I'm kidding, man. Let's do that again. I know you have space, dog. And action. Manenagazi sifikile sikalelekile ndiphethe uMarizi in the building. I used to call you Reezus, but she's like, no, don't call me that. You already know. Yeah. It's LB right here, and I'm chilling with Ernesto behind the scenes. I call him Ernesto.
Yeah,
now you know.
It's fine. I get that, but I still wanted to know if
they have seen
people.
Have they seen him?
Seen how tall he is. They might have seen him, but they don't know how tall.
But I always tag him. I think they have. When I post something about the show, I always tag him there.
It's fine. I think like I can give you an idea, right? Because this is who I am. So I think what you should do is like just have like relation. So find something, right? And then see how much taller Ernest is than that thing. Like something that, I don't know, like this thing probably is really high there, but it's probably the same height as Ernest.
It is. No. This is a bit taller.
That's a bit.
Hence I'm saying, I think you need to like find stuff. People like to see how tall is Ernest. Or how tall is it according to Ernest.
Oh, yeah, that's a whole segment. Yeah, man. You're going to work twice more. I got you, my guy. Marona, how are you today?
I'm good, Lebu. I'm good. I'm
Say Lebo Hang.
No.
In full.
You know your name's always been Lebu.
No. I've correct. I don't know how many times I've said no.
I'm great, Lebohang Andres.
Oh, just say El Hamudim. Am I at school here? What's happening? I'm at verse, yes, but...
If Kitlo Bitaka VIN number, let's go.
Lucky I don't know yours. Damn it. I really don't.
Yeah, it's fine.
A
lot of people don't.
Like somebody asked me, like, give my bisola DJ keys.
Ketebo.
Oh.
You don't know that?
Okay. No. Next time everyone else.
You need to be a real MVP like me to know these things.
I feel like the show is done already.
Anyway, let's do this.
Why did I call Marina?
Let's do this.
This all doesn't make sense. Wow. All right, cool. Let's get into it. Who is Marina? You know, let's take it back to humble beginnings. How
she bring you
yeah.
But anyway, Marona is one of Fela, the last born.
No wonder you like this.
Of 8 children.
Yes, that was how.
The love of my life, yes. The king of my heart. We'll get into that though.
Okay.
Yeah, Marona was born in Bethlehem. Bethlehem. Bethlehem.
Davida used to pronounce it proper. Bethlehem.
Exactly.
Bethlehem.
Bethlehem.
Oh.
Habomeraka is in Johannesburg, but she grew up in the Free State.
So
right? So that's how they met in the Free State. I don't know about Taverne, but they met somewhere. And yeah, I'm from a very close-knit family. Regardless of how big it sounds, it's really close as well, you know?
Okay.
So yeah, I've never stayed with all 8 of my siblings.
Was the house too small?
I mean, naturally, if you're going to have 8 children in one house, it's a bit too small.
Mohlomong ha wa fihla ditsokotsane mono ya wa ha ka tsela.
I grew up in Johannesburg.
Okay.
Right. I went to primary school in Johannesburg, went to high school in Johannesburg, and went to Varsity in Johannesburg. I've been in Johannesburg basically all my life.
You never wanted to leave?
I want to leave now.
Where you want to go?
Anywhere close to water.
Oh.
So Cape Town.
Yeah, Cape Town. Don't go to Durban.
Durban. I'm happy to go to Durban. Or I'd want to go back home, like to Free State.
Oh.
Just like small town living.
Matamo.
Matamong, I guess. Well, I'll go chasing fountains, you know? Like how about Larenzi, fountains, like natural water. I just want to be close to nature.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, what's it?
What does that mean?
Hey man, let me just put it that way.
Mamela, life is hard. That's all I can say to you. Like, life is hard.
But how has been life though?
Look, nothing much has changed ever since you and I last spoke.
Okay.
Right? And what I mean by that is that same struggles. You know, we're still in community radio, campus radio, different people. Yes.
Yeah.
But also like just seeing the different generations of people that come in through the space.
Yeah.
It will force you to grow because everyone is getting younger and younger and younger.
So nobody has ever mistaken and called you me Marona?
Not me, but while you were here, no one called me OC, but I'm hearing it quite a lot more. Like, but Marona, and I'm like, sheesh, okay, I guess it's that time.
I think
it was both, like, Marona. I don't know.
Sure. But how long have you been at Vow though?
I've been at Vow since 2017.
Marona, please go.
I mean, I'd love to leave, but
Exactly.
so it's not my time yet.
Okay.
When my time is right, I will know and I will leave.
Okay. Lena house on great. You used to be my boss.
I used to.
I was skinny when I was
Listen, you were still a young man that, just arrived in Johannesburg not too long ago.
I will bombard you with work.
We tried. We tried to work.
Why were you chilling there with so much work? Couldn't pack a last minute.
Because that's how marketing works. You know that. Sometimes it's really quiet. It could be quiet all morning. And then at 3 o'clock, there's like 10 late bookings. What am I going to do? Turn them back? Never.
Were they bringing money?
Of course they were.
Why were we not getting paid?
Because these are the struggles. That's why I said same struggles. The struggles that we face in community radio.
Okay, cool. So what kind of a child were you growing up?
Okay. I don't know because I don't remember. But from what people usually tell me, right, is that they say that I was very naughty. Right? I was a naughty child. I used to hide a lot. I don't know why.
Black Mampati?
I get even but Black Mampati, I don't think so.
Imaginary friend.
But I used to hide a lot. Also, I used to follow because one of my brothers.
Okay.
Right? So just before me.
Are you the only girl?
No.
Oh.
There are other girls, but I'm the last girl.
Okay.
So there's an older brother that comes just before me.
Yeah.
So I was always following him around. So he always says to me, like, I made your personality. So he was very inquisitive.
I made your personality.
Technically, if I think about it,
he did.
He really did, because I spent so much of my time with him. I didn't have friends because I don't know how to put this without sounding like what you are going to say. Right? So my friend was my brother. If I wasn't at school, I was with my brother. What they call suburban areas, yes. I went to Manchester Ridge Primary School.
JSS.
Junior
Secondary school.
Secondary school. This is senior secondary. No.
What's about
I don't subscribe to such. So
Wow.
I went to Winchester Ridge Primary School. I did my grade 1 to 4 there. And then I went to Marona Primary School, where I then completed my primary schooling.
Oh.
So until grade 7. Then I went to Sir John Adamson High for a year. That's a story for another day. I hated being there. It was horrible.
How so?
Right?
What happened?
Oh, but now...
No,
it wasn't even that. My brother was there. My sister was there.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So I wasn't really initiated, but it didn't look like the school that I went to, which was Marona Primary, right?
So why would William man where I go?
So when I was in grade 4, my parents thought that we were going to move, right? So they wanted to move me ahead first so that I can get the school and then like to go to another house. I'm already, settled into the new school. But when I got there, my mom was like, nah, I'm no longer moving. I'm staying here. So I just went to that primary school anyway, and then I finished my primary schooling there.
Oh.
So the high school that I went to is the one now close to where home was.
Oh, okay.
Right? Which everyone else went to. So my sisters, my brothers, they all went to that school. But it just wasn't working out for me. But like I said, princess treatment or nothing. So I told my dad, and he was like, okay, we'll make a plan.
Yay! Daddy.
And that's how Papa. I went to.
So you said it was close to your house, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure. Never was a Misaga Koloi.
Of
You never used to walk.
Of course. I'd walk back from school.
Oh!
In the morning, I'd get dropped off.
Did you do any sports?
I did.
What?
I did hockey.
Okay, you look like a hockey person.
Don't know what that means. I get that a lot. But yes.
Only hockey.
I did hockey and public speaking.
You?
Oh. Okay. And Estetford. So I used to compete in Estetford meetings. So I did group Estetford and single individual Estetford. And then I did hockey. That's all I did in high school. Wow. In primary school, of course, Nikita sports banana like netball. Very boring. But once I figured out...
Sabanana.
Like, I don't really like to, adhere to gender norms. You know what I mean? So at that time, I didn't even know that hockey was a sport.
Is that how? Right? Is that why you dress the way? Oh, let me. Okay. Is that why? No, yesterday the way you were dressed, you were like a tomboy.
Oh, I was wearing tracksuits. You know what? For me, clothes don't have a gender, right? So if I walk into a store and I like the way something looks, I will buy it and I will wear it.
Even if you get majita.
I mean. Yes, but
buy it.
Exactly.
Guess you can afford it. Buy it when
we won't go there, but okay.
So why do you identify yourself as a modern Mosotho Mosadi?
For exactly that purpose. Right? So Basotho would be, they'll tell you that you need to be traditional.
Yeah.
Because Omasadi, you need to be kokobete, almost shrink yourself to make space for men.
Indeed.
And utabe, but how can I into a room? Like what? No. But a modern Mosotho Mosadi, right, will also get into a room and grace the room with her presence, right?
Okay.
Be respectful so that they can be respected, but not shrink themselves to allow a man to grow, right? So support men where you can.
Okay.
But if you don't need to do it, why?
Okay. Hahlompe Marona. La mutwa la pemo hahlompe
ho Impa, respect is both ways.
True.
You cannot be respected if you don't respect me. So I am not automatically your subordinate because ulemonna. No.
Yeah. Mbogoto
nothing. I'm a feather. Not Mbogoto.
Okay, Monis. Okay. Fast forward, where did you attend your varsity?
I actually went to Wits University.
Okay.
Yeah. When I came to Wits, right, I was just excited because I was going to Varsity. I didn't even know. I didn't have an idea what I was going to study.
What?
I didn't know.
Didn't you guys have career days? Nothing.
Look, we had career day, but also the subjects that I chose in high school. The subjects that I chose in high school were also just like all over the place. So
there was no
in
guidance.
Grade 9, right? I went and I chose subjects. So my subjects were economics, life sciences, geography, and maths. Later on, changed to maths literacy because I was like, yo, dipalo di tata. But anyway, those were my subjects, right?
Uh-huh.
I mean, you tell me now. If someone comes to you and says, Lohang, these are the subjects that I'm doing at school.
But how
what
did
should
they
I
allow
do?
them at school though? Didn't you get any guidance?
Look, I was given guidance, but because I don't come from a home or a family where we are told you are going to study this. And also my parents studied one thing but did something completely different.
Okay.
Right? So my dad studied teaching, but he's never stood in front of a class. My mom studied teaching, but has never stood in front of a class. She also did nursing, but has never worked in a hospital. So it's almost like...
How? So
it doesn't matter. Just go to school. Get a qualification. And then...
Wait. Banale tjhelete.
I might get kidnapped for ransom. No, I'm not going to answer that question. All I can say is that I was raised comfortably.
Soft life.
Or nothing. Soft life.
Can I be your friend?
I mean, stick with me and I'll show you the world.
All right, cool. From today, she's my bestie. So, Obadi and Govet.
I did a BA General, right? So in my first year, just to continue this whole thing about my subjects, right? So BA General is that you walk in and you choose your subjects.
Yeah.
So they're all like humanities subjects, right? So I did sign language, media studies, international relations, as well as French. Those were my subjects when I started doing... don't look at me like that. When I did my first year.
Second?
Right? In my second year, I dropped French and I picked up... Portuguese. And then I dropped Portuguese and I did politics. But international relations and media studies stayed throughout.
Hey, Opela Soft Maru. So you never felt like, no, this is not for me. Let me go choose another thingy. What you call?
Another course.
Another course.
No, I knew that I had my core subjects, which were media studies and international relations. All these others, I could do what I wanted with them. So I get you work in terms of like a score. So there's certain points that you have to have for you to get into the next year of study, right? So I knew that if I keep media studies and international relations, or at least this is what was explained to me, then these other subjects don't really matter. They do matter because they will, make up your degree, but you can play around with them. So I took it as an advantage because I was like, okay, when else will I get an opportunity to study Portuguese and French and sign language? Also, I love languages. Absolutely love languages. And I think in my spare time, I could call myself a linguist. And the reason why I'm going to say I'm a linguist is because I pick up on languages very easily.
Okay.
Right? And not only do I pick up the language without even studying it, but also like the accent that comes with it. Like another language, particularly Nguni language, right? You can pick up from the get-go that is not their native language, you know what I mean? So it's not their home language. But for me, I found myself in situations where I'd be speaking to a person, perhaps Ailing Muzulu, and they'll be like...
Keys, for example.
Hey, bo. Kanjan, ma'am.
How am I?
Like,
And then they'll be like, how am I?
Exactly, you know what I mean? But that's because I really enjoy languages to that extent that I will listen to the phonetics of it just outside of understanding what the words mean. So I really think that the best way to learn a language is by surrounding yourself with people who speak it and not studying it. Because by studying it, you really just get told like, this is how you construct a sentence. This is how you say my name is. This is how, you know what I mean? But you don't really get the depth of the language to know when a person says, how am I? What do they mean?
Oh,
if it's written down, how am I? Okay, it's an exclamation. But do they say it when they're surprised? When they're shocked? When they're disappointed? But you're able to get all of those nuances when you're surrounding yourself with people.
How many languages do you know?
Right
that you have
now,
mastered?
that I can speak.
Yeah.
I'm never going to say that I've mastered a language because you can never master a language, right?
Okay.
But that I can speak fluently right now, it's Sesotho, obviously.
I was about to say obviously.
Afrikaans.
You proud Afrikaans?
Net 'n bietjie.
Okay. Like what is a biki? In percentages.
We're not doing this. This is not a language test. That's not what this is.
Okay, cool, yeah.
isiZulu, well, isiZulu is what people would say. I can sign a bit. I understand Xhosa. I can't speak it.
Okay.
Because I haven't been in a space where I'm surrounded by Xhosa people. I have conversational French and conversational Portuguese, obviously because of Varsity.
Jay again. Wanna be your friend right now. Okay, cool. How did you get to this baby here? Was this your first job or you did something else before coming here?
This thing.
Did you hear it? Did you feel it?
Did I live it? Not quite. So after studying my honors in media studies, right? So I'm just going to put it out there. Not a lot of people do this. I graduated in record time. So I started first year when I was supposed to start first year, and I graduated when I was supposed to graduate, okay? So I'm very proud of that. Okay, let's move on. After I did my honors degree, right, I was an unemployed graduate.
A whole lot.
And much like everyone else in the country right now. So this was 2016, right? Might be revealing my age.
I was about to say, you can guess her age.
But that's okay. I'm happy to be where I am at my age, so that's fine. So 2016, I graduate, I am unemployed, and now I'm looking for a job. So obviously applying for jobs and all of these things, and the first thing that comes up is Y Academy, right? So I enrolled into the Y Academy with Vow Fm, right? I was there for 6 months. We're not going to get into that. Yo, guys, that was tough. Imagine getting, what was it at the time? Was it 1,200? Was it 2,500? Somewhere there. I don't remember. But all I knew is that because from home, going there, it was really far, you know.
Damn.
So like Hyde Park is far from the south. So
But you were raised off. Do I couldn't say daddy?
You know what? Because I think at some point, Linna, you know what? This comfort, this little bubble that you've been living in, it's actually not reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? You need to put on your big girl panties and, you know, soldier on.
Yeah.
So, my public transport is, by the way.
How was it?
Oh God, it was a nightmare.
Was it a CIA or quantum? Let's start there.
Really CIA, it has to have been. Wow. And then Nord, not even at the taxi rank, outside the taxi rank. Taxi there at far.
And you could speak Zulu.
Fortunately, I could speak Zulu. The first time I did, I was just like, I'm gonna speak Sesotho, right? And I'm just like, okay, right. Okay, now it's time to switch it up, you know, where's Zulu, you know, and get to where I needed to go. And I think much like a lot of young South Africans woke up at the crack of dawn, you know, got to work at like 7 o'clock before everyone else.
True.
And now you're expected to, concentrate and be productive for the entire day when you've been on the road for about 2 hours before you get to work.
Yeah.
Right? And then after that, you need to be leaving the office at 5 when everyone knocks off. So there's never a time where you're actually outside during the day, unless you're at work.
Yeah.
Like in the morning, and you're just like, wow. So it was a really terrible time. It was a really tough time. But after that, to say that those were the external factors that I really didn't enjoy. But being inside the institution, wow.
Best.
It was amazing. I learned so much about radio and broadcasting that I realized that broadcasting is beyond just being behind the mic. And saying, hi, this is my name. You're listening to, tune in for the next 3 hours. I realized that that's just tip of the iceberg.
There's more behind the scenes.
There's a whole lot more. So that's how, like I when we're having a conversation earlier, I said to you that you don't find radio finds you.
You grew up listening to radio.
Yes. So my dad used to, well, like I said, both my parents work for a public broadcaster, which is SABC.
Serious?
Right?
And so, teaching and then matala radio.
Exactly. That's why I said unconventional stuff.
Okay.
So my mom was basically behind the scenes like I am.
She used to work. Please tell your mom I don't have a job.
I mean, she doesn't work there anymore. She's retired now. She's old.
She said connections, man. There are connections.
So she worked in radio sales and marketing, right? Which is basically what I do now. And then my dad worked for, at first, what was called Radio Bantu. That then moved to Sesotho Stereo. That later then moved to Lesedi FM. So
I didn't know. I only know Ukozi was Radio Zulu before Ukozi.
Sesotho Stereo was Lesedi before. So I grew up knowing that my dad worked on radio, like tuning in. So on my birthday, the most special things used to happen on my birthday. So
presenters would come through, right?
No, not even. It was just like a special moment that I had at home. So on my birthday is in December. So most of the time I wasn't at school.
Welcome to the club.
So what would happen is that my mom would call the people at Lesedi, right? To be like, hey, ngwanaka wa hola kajeko, right? And then you would hear what they would then call, I mean, at that time was an announcer, but now we call a presenter, would then say, Marona is turning 10 today. It was the best time ever.
Who said that? Wasn't that too
excited. No, it was Mema Munta, I think, at the time.
I've heard that name before.
Mema Munta. She would be the one, I think, who did 9 to 12. And she would say, Marona siekane wa hola kajego, ramolaka letsa mahlonolo. And it would just be, it feels so special because my name is being said on radio.
So they'll tell you, you need to listen around this time.
Yes. And then, me ananghudisa, right? She knew that at this time we need to
listen to the radio.
Yes. So that's what would happen, right? So I grew up in the radio space not knowing that
you're gonna end up,
I'd actually fall in love with it.
So who decides when I got radio straight?
Basically, I'd go with my dad because he would record voiceovers, and so I'd go with him to the studio. After he picked me up from school, would go to the studio because he had to record now, and then you realize, okay, this is what happens here. See these people, one tate chomane, one tate chomane. You know what I mean? Those are the people, those are the faces that I grew up around.
Yeah. Marona to a whole man.
So from then on, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Radio bug has bitten me. Now I know so much about radio. And what's nice is that after I learn all of these things, right, I'm able to go home and speak to my parents and be like, this is what I learned today. This is when I was at the Y Academy. This is what I learned. And they'd be like, oh, yes. And they'd explain to me further. And it was just really exciting times.
Nice.
So after that, I then went into, MediaMark, right?
Oh, was that an internship?
Yes.
Oh.
That's when I did my internship with MediaMark and Vow Fm in 2017.
So you're like, when an opportunity came, you're like,
yes. So I went and I did my it was a 1 year internship, right? And that's when I was introduced to Vow FM, not as a student at Wits, only when I had graduated, 2 years after my graduation in 2017.
Okay.
So there I was, Media Mark intern. You know how it goes. You're in between the two places.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But obviously this was home. Like, when you're here, you're a lot more relaxed.
Yes,
it's not that pressure cooker that is the media agencies, right? So, yeah, I really had the time of my life. When I was here, the then station manager, Mike Smithwaite, amazing gent. Amazing gent. So he, welcomed me. I reported to him. And then 2 months after I was here, he left. I was so devastated because I was like, I still have so much more to learn from you. You're like a wealth of wisdom walking as a person, like a library of radio. But here you are, you're leaving. Exactly. So he left, and then, I had to sort of pick up my socks because now there isn't a station manager, but there were other managers, right?
Yeah.
And then in, let's say, October of 2017.
Okay.
Right, October.
Coco, you've got all these dates, ne?
Yeah, because these are life-changing times. These are life-changing moments. So in October of 2017, the then marketing manager resigns, right? So everyone is like, ma'am, basically, so I was doing radio sales and marketing in my internship, right? So they're like...
Again? Here's a position.
Let's do this thing. Let's try it out. So I went and I applied, and then the rest was history. And I've been here ever since as a marketing manager.
Guys, let me tell you all a story. This is by luck. Marona used to torture me. Marona used to give me work last minute, and I'd go home at 6, 7. Why would you do that?
It's not about me. Radio is about immediacy and urgency. You know this. So if something comes through and I need to make sure that it's booked and you need to learn, I'm not going to act like you don't need to learn. One thing about me, I will make sure that the people... So there's this one saying, I don't even know where it comes from.
Yeah.
But there are people who are like, once you get to the top, send the elevator down, right?
Jaya,
so I'll always do that. So I knew that these things that I was asking you to do, I knew how to do them. So why not give someone else an opportunity to make sure that they know these skills? Because these skills will lead them to God knows where. I mean, here you
shouldn't say. But a shout out to you. But on 2 is your zip. Aye, man. I usebeditsa tse.
Try.
Ke tla bua le mme wa hao re botsela malobola ke bokae.
Jona mahadi a mangata a tumu ke peretsa 5. Atsa perele mo ke bokae? Just check, Google it. Just go out and Google how much like a black stallion is. Mahadi a gets stallion tsa 5.
Ngasho so hlapa ka lebese.
So if anyone was wondering, 5 black stallions. That's what my dad wants.
Not junior stallions.
No.
Get it?
No. You're so annoying. You're so annoying for that.
Listen to this.
Day. What up, kid? Super dope to kind of see where you are now, where your kind of career has been. I always told you that you'd be great. If you remember, I predicted this for you, so, I don't need no props or anything. But it's dope to kind of see the person you become, the person that you are, still evolving into, is to me, is fun crazy. So, listen, keep it up. Proud of you, man. And if you don't know who it is by the end of his voice note, you trash. But it's fine. Sincerely yours, sexy bestie.
Yeah, that's my sexy bestie, guys.
Sincerely yours.
Calvin Junior Makudu.
That's him.
Yes.
How long has he been your best friend?
Casey Docking. So I met Kabelo when I got to Vow Fm.
Yeah.
Right, and he used to be that kid that would just sit in the corner, right? So the way that we would sit was that his computer was here and mine was here.
Okay.
So we're always in each other's faces, like, how would Chechela Morao?
Exactly.
Exactly. And Elena, you know,
Yeah.
he'd just bump into me from time to time. And then there's also a lot of late nights that I pushed, right? So the late nights that you had weren't just yours alone. So I'd be here till like 8, 9 in the evening and would both be working, right? And then this one time I was like, no man. And yeah, I would sit there and he told me, he was like, no, I'm a music compiler. He told me how to submit music. He told me how they select music. Like, and because I had that little bit of foundation from, you know, my Y Academy days, I sort of knew how the music goes into rotation. So he'd show me like some of the processes and the softwares and whatever that he would use. And would always like just hang out. And then on tough days would walk down to Park Station, right, to Krispy Kreme. So Krispy Kreme opened not too long from that time when I was there, in my internship days, and would walk to Krispy Kreme and get donuts. Because
so that's why you tried all my donuts.
Yes.
Had memories.
Yes. It was a full circle.
Yeah, shit. Dope.
So yeah, that's what would happen, and would come back or would go out for ice cream, and just to make sure that, you know, we get the morale up again, you know.
I get you.
So that's just how it happened. And obviously real recognizes real, right? So he's a really talented gent. He's doing amazing for himself.
Too much.
So I would have these conversations about where do you want to be? What do you want to do after this, you know?
Powerful. Yeah.
And would talk about these things. And what's wild is that people didn't even realize just how close we'd become. You know, like everyone around us didn't notice that him and I had become really close. And yeah, man, it's always great to have people leave the place.
Do you want to know how?
How did you know? Whatever.
No, man. He used to go to Sony quite a lot.
Yes.
And he'd be like, yo, Rizzy, I'm out with my boy. Like, oh, you guys have fun. You go. I'm like, how? He does not even ask for permission, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay, there's something here, you know. No, just friendship.
Yes. So we became friends as I was an intern. And then when I moved into my management role, his best friend, Katleho, was the tech manager at the time. Right?
Cat!
So Kat and
Is he still alive?
Kat is still around. He's, you know, just low-key as per usual. But he's still around doing amazing for himself as well in his own right. So then Kat and I started getting close, but hey, Kat and I, literally we had a cat and dog relationship.
Cat and dog relationship. Ooh, okay, yeah. Were you looking at the time? Because he's telling you the time.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Don't worry about the time.
Okay.
Don't worry. I'm going to ask you to please call Mpo and the junior if you don't mind. Yeah. So, what did Y teach you that you applied when you got to Vow?
Okay, so being at Y, it was the same thing, like a rotational situation. So you'd go rotate through all different departments.
You were a rotating intern.
Yes.
Yeah.
But all 12 of us were, not just me.
Oh, not just you.
So
okay,
there's 12 people that they take into the academy program.
I don't know how many times I applied when I was still at home.
All 12 of you are rotating at a time. So like I said, sometimes so what I realized is that just how intertwined everything is, right? So the fact that there's a tech department or a marketing department or programming or sales or whatever, it really is just one big machine. Right? And one can't exist without the other.
Yeah, you can't.
Right?
You can't.
So you know that when you are scripting something, it will start at copywriting, it will move up to sales, then go to programming, right? But you don't realize that chain if you don't allow yourself in that space. So I think just how intertwined everything is exactly what I'm realizing, and also just like implementing all of that while I'm here, you know, allowing for that free flow of information between people is exactly what makes Vow what it is, because it's not floor crossing, it's desk crossing because we don't have different floors here. We just move on the same floor.
And you also do other people's jobs, so I've heard.
Yes, you will. Your job is not yours alone. There are other people who are. It's a team. And this is why I'm saying that just having different names on, like, we're now a programs manager, we're now a tech manager, we're now sales manager. No. At the end of the day,
Can you produce a jingle?
I can produce it by scripting it.
Oh, okay. Okay. I brought you surprise. Couple of people here.
Really, guys? Really?
They won't say a couple of things.
I'm the surprise.
Maybe the person behind you is more of a surprise.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. Oh, Shoti, how are you? All right, Junior, what do you have to say, my guy?
To Marona. Oh, thank you.
For what, Julia?
For everything. For everything. Forever smiling, making the workplace, just a little bit easier every day. You are a fighter, and we fight together. We don't fight with each other.
Arguably not.
Yeah, on every war, you are on my side.
Hey,
yeah, and that makes it precious. It makes it a little bit much more easier every day. But just, your dedication and efforts and trying to make everything work. We all know, what the radio environment is like, and it's much more unforgiving to women as well. But you fought a good fight, and you are still where you are, doing incredible work. And I think that you're still going to do a whole lot more. So yeah, Thank you for being a friend and always just being there. That emoji, I like it.
Thank you, Junior.
Here's a surprise for you.
There's actually a little bit of a story at Junior, right? You and Junior are the same person in my life, basically.
Gempera!
He was my intern. Junior was my intern at some point, and now we share an office. So
we're gonna share a whole building. You and I.
Listen.
Leave the office. Leave the office.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, Junior. You're something else, but I love you still.
Yo.
Stadion.
You see, he knows. I told you.
Stadion, boy. 5 of them. Wow. Okay, cool. Mpo. Kapatia.
I like it when Basotho have dreams in Johannesburg.
Yeah,
I honor the office, but it's okay. We're not there.
Oh, wow.
We're not there. It's okay.
Wow.
Nkabikazi.
Uyazi ngimbiza njalo.
Awemma.
Uyangivumela ngikhuluma isinto?
Akhuluma first.
Sozongibamba phambili. Athi ngisho nje ngithi cha, ngwakho konke okwenzayo ongenzele kona. When they say ukuthi kunama weaknesses onawo umuntu, right? And then you need to find someone who's going to complement those weaknesses. Marona is one of those. I hate ukufunda. I scan. When I read, I scan. Right? If your first sentence doesn't say what you want to say, I've already concluded. And sometimes, all the time, I'll go to her and say, and then I say, no, not like that. Okay, thank you very much. I hate to write you. I hate thinking too much. I will write the way I talk, and then I send it to her. Fix this thing.
Proofread.
Yeah, I'm gonna send this thing to Shweshwe.
And it needs to be
right. And I must mention this one goes to Shweshwe, it goes to Juna. If it goes to Juna, the English is gonna be okay because me and Juna are from the same school, so we understand our problems. You see now, and then we never went to vets. We went to Tamili. The English there, Chief.
PC training.
The English is not okay there. So now we send this thing to the vetsy.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, right about your intricacies.
Oh wow!
Right.
Which reminds me, just now he was writing a message, and he was like, "How do I say this? Do I say the nitty-gritties or do I say the intricacies?" Like, and that's my life. Every day.
So
But, man, it looks like it's nice to work here, man. I'm coming back.
that is why she said it's a team.
Yeah.
Right? Because if I send something to probably a client, they won't say Junior, the programs manager. They'll say the management of Vow.
Oh, yeah,
That's my point.
true.
So now it's a team. So if we know in your team that you have this one on a strong ekbalin, right, and then send it to them, chief,
Proofread.
so that when I go there, at least they will remember that email. The smart one, and you don't tell them. You don't, you know. So in that regard, we work well. We are a team. Like she said, scripting of the promos every time when there's a promo, it's just Marona.
It's interesting. Yeah.
You know, and then I will edit. Thank you very much for making this environment
Work friendly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Work
For also
friendly.
taking care of me. You know,
Truly.
when I need coffee, I shout. When we fight, and every time when we fight, Junior is there. And Junior will keep quiet. Hey, Junior is still there. I'm here. I mean, I'm just here.
Yeah, was when she was
As again.
And this is one.
Don't buy beef, dog.
So I always tell you, but you mean a world to me. You mean a lot. I only knew you and you were part of those people who were interviewing, you know. And you see this thing. You know why I got this job? Let me tell you the story.
You okay?
I didn't come here and
It's
act
your
fresh.
show. Yeah, it's your show anyway.
I didn't
Don't
come
worry
here and act
about it.
fresh.
We'll cup of tea after all.
Hey. What
Hey,
call?
hey,
no,
hey.
no.
Hey,
Chief,
hey.
there are questions that were asked today. I told them. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
He's like, we don't do that where I work there. We don't do that thing there where I work there. I don't know that thing. Kind of go, we've asked him a proper question about technical at this radio station. He's like, me, I don't know that thing. And I'm like, wow.
So you probably got hired because of your honesty.
That's exactly what happened. That is it. That
Wow.
is it. Yes.
Because then they came, I can build a bridge. No, you can't build a bridge. You don't have the material, Chief. Tell them.
He was like, that software of yours that you're talking about, I don't know it. But the one that I know, I'm going to work with it. And I'll make it work.
That is why when I came, I thought I was the only one. I went to this man and said, Junior, what's in about that?
Yeah.
Do you understand the Pro Tools? Junior was like to me, Bro, I tried it for one day. And then I realized, this thing is not for us about that, it's for these young ones. So we're using what we know to make it work. So, thank you for hiring me as well.
For employing me.
Yeah, thank you.
So I employed everyone in this room. Is that what you guys say?
You need a plug. You need a plug.
Listen,
She is.
he won't want to admit it ever again after this. So thank you for doing that.
So,
Thank you,
welcome.
Paul.
Thank
I
you
really
very much,
appreciate
Chief.
you.
Stick.
You can put it there where you found it. A stick. Wow. Can you please call her Kamo? Is it Kamo?
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The brothers. Yeah.
Wow, guys.
Wow. Kamo also wanted to say something. Am I right?
okay.
Yeah, that's Kamo. There's the mic, my guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mohali.
Can you just lift it up a bit, so it can be more audible. I got you. And action.
First things first, the little like Marona.
Mewaro.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And she resembles or reflects her name. Number one.
Look at her smiling.
She reflects her name. She's got that motherly care. She's got
Shout
that
out.
motherly touch. So that's why she lives up to her name. The way she talks to us, the way she reprimands us, how we feel like just that presence, so I just feel that she possesses that a lot, and it's something I admire about her. And she loves things to go in order. You know,
Yeah.
she wants you to be straightforward with her. When you are straightforward with her, she will be straightforward with you. When you resemble respect, she will do that. But I just feel that when you show her respect, she shows it way more because, like I'm saying already, in everything that she does. So
Shout
for
out.
me, that says a lot.
Gosh.
When were you gonna hear this? Huh? Give me my flowers, Marona.
Listen, they need to give me my flowers while I'm still here. But if it's away,
Masuta.
I really appreciate it. Yeah. These are the men that I work with.
Shout out. 70 and that. Maurice, how do you feel after that? Like everything.
Listen, these gentlemen, the first two gentlemen that you had in here, just last week I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Because I was just like, I always have to be picking up after you guys.
Wow.
But I always have to come through and be like, okay, Junior tried to do something here. Now I have to finish it off.
Wow.
The same thing with them, and I was so upset. And then later on, I realized that, you know what, Marona, I hate to say it, but you're the only woman here, right? Between these two men, you're the only woman here. And if everything is going to be done, you are the one who's going to see to finish, right?
Yeah.
So allow for them to do what they need to do, and then and let them move on.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's horrible, but there's only so much going against the flow that you can do to say that Kimosadi and I'm going to, be there and make sure that my presence is felt and I'm not going to be subordinate of men and whatever. But there's just like natural flow that you can't find. Like
Zona,
you just
when it comes to them.
ha ke tlameha ho tshwara thipa ka bohaleng ke a e tshwara empa ha ke tlameha ho ba in a bowl of cotton and be treated like the princess that I am, I don't compromise.
Well, okay, cool. Do we still have more time, my guy? Or should we roll over to part 2? I need your permission here.
We're at 47 minutes.
Okay, no, we have time. Okay, cool. Marona, I'm going to drop a few names.
Yes.
Before I do that, please open your phone and read this. What I sent you. You can put on your radio voice if you have it.
I don't have a radio voice. That's why I'm not on air.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God. I already know who it is just from the intro. Come on with it. This is Khumutso Munyai. It has to. So do I need to read it out loud?
Yeah, why not?
Hello, Chua. So she's like, won't bother spelling it because you always come for me anyways, as you always do. There's nothing new to what I'll share here. My first encounter with you at Vow is blurry, apart from the certain red jersey that you wore. Or was it a dress? Can't remember. But you used to smoke at the time and you would exit via second floor. And once you walked out together, and you told me not to snag Colin because I'd be static. Oh my gosh! Can't believe you. We would be married by now. On a serious note, though, since I've known you, all I have felt is love. You embody it so effortlessly, and you share it in abundance. You've become the big sister I never had. My love for you sometimes terrifies me. A bold woman with the right mixture of wit and sass. Our fights are a constant reminder of how far our love runs. Hope it doesn't sound toxic. And you've taught me to be sex positive, very shady, and most of all speak my mind. Love you lots and have fun in life.
Yay! We've never received such.
Oh my God.
Ernest, have you ever received such?
Never, boy.
Hi.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
I don't expect anything else from Khumutso. Khumutso Munyai is she's my little sister. that I didn't ask for. But I have a lot of those here. So there are two people that I can say, just from the top of my head right now, that I can say they are my little sisters, but at the same time, they're able to hold space for me so gracefully and have been doing so for a very long time, ever since I got here, or maybe even from like 2018, right?
Yeah.
Which would be Khomotso and Khosiradi.
Yeah.
There are a lot of other people who I've developed really close relationships with, like over the years and ever since they've come in. There are too many of them for me to mention. But those two women, they're able to tell from the moment, okay, today's not a good day. We're not doing this today.
Okay.
There's no small talk. It's just hi, and that's it. And we're getting straight into work. Then they're also the same people who know that, okay, now we're messing around. Marina's a little bit of a naughty girl today.
Yeah.
Let's do something nice, you know. And they're also able, I could just walk out because I've had such a crazy time and I'm crying and whatever the case may be. They're usually the people, I don't know how life happens, but usually they're the people that I bump into, you know, as I'm making my way out of this place. So, and they've also shown me that it's okay for me to cry. Like, as much as I'm a woman who's trying to dominate this space and take up as much space as I can, right? And also make sure that I immerse myself into this space, right? Because radio is male dominated, I do think that they remind me that it's okay to be gentle with yourself. It's okay to be soft with yourself. You can cry. It's okay.
Do you cry?
I cry over everything. I cry all the time. I'm just shocked that right now I didn't cry with all of this love.
Yeah, you two see I don't have tissue. Yeah.
But also, you know, I'm in a space where I'm allowing for myself to be appreciated.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the reason why I would cry when people show me love is because I didn't think that I deserve it. But now I know that I fill so much love into people's hearts that I only deserve for it to be reciprocated.
Marizi in the hazy.
So I have to receive it, because there's no way that all the love that I give off, all the positive energy, all of that being litsatsi, you know, in the room, cannot just go unnoticed. It's not possible. That's who I am. So it has to be reciprocated. Like, I'm not taking no for an answer. No, there's no way. Even if it's just by one or two people. But I know that I deserve it.
I deserve it. Yes. All right, cool. Quick game before Ernest kills me. I'm going to drop names and you tell me what they have taught you.
Okay.
Right? Zaba.
Life is always a party.
Definitely.
Life is always a party.
That's my G, yeah.
Yeah.
Life is always a party.
That's exactly what he told me.
Wow.
Celebrate. Anything, anyone, anything, any reason for you to celebrate and be happy, do it.
I remember working with him. He was a marketing manager here, right?
Yes.
Hey, you took his job.
I took over from him. There's a difference.
Okay, you mentioned Mike as well.
Mike Smurthwaite. Wigga. Okay, Wigga, your very short time with him, but you can balance the two. You can be an assertive manager who is respected, but also be a buffer for people to fall back on.
Shout out, yeah.
Right? So I think I learned that very quickly from him. And also just be open to learning. Like, don't allow the fact that because you're in management, you think you know everything.
Yeah.
You can learn from anyone at any point, at any level. You could be walking out and you find a beggar outside. That beggar could have so much life experience more than you do and could teach you so much.
True.
Be teachable and malleable all the time.
Okay, cool. Ausilerato.
Ooh, sheesh. Okay. She has taught me that feel it. Whatever it is. Feel it.
Leave it.
Listen, just feel it out. If you feel that you are anxious, if you feel that you are proud, just feel it. Whatever emotion it is, feel it. Right? Don't try and make sense of it. Don't try avoid it. Don't try to work over it. Go through it, feel it, dwell in it.
Learn from it,
when you come out of there, listen, you're going to come out as a powerhouse. And I'm only hoping to be half the powerhouse that she is. Yes. Look, I see it happening already. Ninding, I catch myself. I'm like, is it from my mom? Or is it from Auslerato? I'm not too sure. But
okay, we still have time. Last one. Sim
letile. Yeah, be teachable. Sim always told me that he didn't go to school, right?
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
But there's so much that he's always watching YouTube videos. He's always creating
free
stuff.
university.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He'll tell you about how find something that you love, do it, teach it to people, make money off of it, or just stop living.
Shout outs to him.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah. So if you're not going to make money from it, teach it to people so that they can make money from it, or just don't do it. Why are you doing it?
Oh, okay. Last one. We're done. I promise you, we're done. Lebohang Andres.
Oh, my goodness. I swear, under oath. That's all I'm going to say. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, man. This has been a ball. Thank you very much, Marizi.
Thank you.
Why we are playing hide and seek? You know,
No,
like Mampati.
Listen, for me, I always know that my time will always come. You've always been ducking and diving everyone from Vow. And then
Abuti way.
and you're like, no, well, dead. No, so like I said in the beginning, I haven't left Vow. Why? Because it's not my time. It wasn't my time to be on the kitchen podcast.
Juicy, yeah. I heard my niggas be proud of me. Look at I'm repping my city so wavy, ain't nobody stopping me. Yeah. I'm giving no one apologies. I'm up with the squad, can handle the sauce. I'm tryna make me some rands.